Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Colmatt here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to maximize your storage on your ship as fast as possible. Now before we get started, you are going to need two things. One being you're going to need a decent amount of units. I would say anything over 10 million is going to be completely fine. The second thing is you're either going to need a lot of time or some really good luck. The method that we'll be using here today is known as the ship scrap method. Now I have previously mentioned this in the nanites video. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. But with that being said, all we're going to want to do is head to the space station. So once you've landed, all you're going to want to do is jump out of your ship and then reload. Now while we wait for these ships to fly in, I want to go ahead and give you the basics of this method if you haven't ever used it before or if you're not familiar with it. All we're going to be doing is purchasing the ships that come in, and we're going to be turning around and scrapping them through the ship scrapper. There are a few things that are definitely will help you out with this method, and that's going to be, you're going to want to look for your cheaper ships, so your shuttles, your explorers, basically anything you can find in S-Class for a relatively cheap price, aka being 1 to 2 million units. As you can see, we actually have an exotic flying in here, so that's actually really great. And I'll go ahead and show the glyphs if anybody wants this particular ship. There are the glyphs down in the bottom left. So all we're going to want to do, once we find the ship that we want, in this class it's an exotic, so it's going to be S-Class always. We're going to go ahead and make an offer on the ship, and you do want to make sure you either have a slot available for the ship, or you want to make sure that you have a ship that you don't care to get rid of. So all we're going to do is negotiate, and I do have a free slot, so I'm going to go ahead and buy this. Now that we have purchased an S-Class ship, all we're going to want to do is go scrap it. Now, if you did want to keep this ship, you would be able to do it and go ahead and upgrade it here. So you would just go and upgrade Starship, but in our method, all we're going to want to do is scrap it for the upgrade modules as well as the storage augmentation. So we'll go ahead to my menu, and you can see here, I already have 6, but since we have an S-Class ship here, it's going to guarantee us at least 1. So we're going to claim scrap worth 7.2 million. And one thing to keep in mind as well is we're not going to get back the 7.2 million in units. It's going to give us 7.2 million worth of scrap that we can turn around and then sell. So we can go in here and now look, we now have 9 storage augmentations. That gave us 3 just from that one ship. And that is one other piece of advice I would give for anybody wanting to do this method, is definitely go out on No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange and look for a first wave exotic. That's going to be your fastest way, because you can just load in, buy it, scrap it, hop back in your ship, reload again, and then it'll spawn back in the next wave again and again and again. So you can max out your ship storage in a crazy amount of time. Now if you're like me and you want to go out and find your own, that's completely fine. It's just be aware that it will take longer, because you're having to wait for RNG to give you that S-Class or those A-Class ships. Because as far as I know from my testing, S-Class is guaranteed, A-Class has very high odds, and B and C-Class are almost never going to give you these storage augmentations. But once you have your upgrade modules, all you would want to do is turn around and go back over. Once you have the ship that you want selected, you would just go in and upgrade your starship, and then you would apply those augmentations. Now for my ship, I've already maxed it out completely, so I can't add anything. However, if it wasn't maxed out yet, I would be able to add the storage here now. Now, if also another thing to keep in mind is if you don't have an S-Class ship, you won't be able to get these max storage slots, as well as if you have a hauler, you'll actually add 21 more slots to your cargo. So definitely keep that in mind when considering this method. If you're going for a hauler to max it out, it's going to take you way longer. Also, as stated in the nanites guide, you will get some upgrade modules. So we only got 1 from that, but you will get upgrade modules as well, so you can turn around and sell those for nanites. So this method is very good for both nanites as well as upgrading your ship storage. And I always like to keep extra on me, just because in future updates they may add more ship storage, or they may add new types of ships that you want to go ahead and just max out. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that this video was so short today, but definitely keep an eye out on the channel. This weekend I'll have a few great videos lined up. If you liked the video, definitely consider leaving a like. If you like the content on the channel, definitely consider subscribing. I'm making new videos every day, and they do get better every day, believe it or not. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Colmatt. Peace out.